I saw a $900 charge on our joint account from a jewelry store, and when I asked my husband, he said it wasn't for me. My heart completely dropped when he said those words. We'd been married for 3 years, and Tom had never spent that much money without talking to me first. I sat there staring at our banking app on my phone while he casually buttered his toast like he hadn't just dropped a bomb on our Tuesday morning. "What do you mean it's not for me?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. He didn't even look up from his breakfast. "It's for someone special," he said with this weird little smile. "You'll understand soon enough." That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing with worst-case scenarios. Was he having an affair? Was there another woman getting expensive jewelry while I was clipping grocery coupons and buying generic cereal? I kept checking his phone when he showered, but everything seemed normal. No weird texts, no secret calls. The next few days were torture. Tom was acting completely normal, giving me quick kisses goodbye, asking about my day at work, watching our usual Netflix shows, but I couldn't stop thinking about that $900. I even drove by the jewelry store after work, just sitting in my car staring at it like some crazy stalker. By Thursday, I was convinced he was cheating. I called my sister Emma and told her everything. She immediately went into detective mode, suggesting I hire a private investigator or follow him around, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Part of me was terrified of what I'd find out. Friday morning, Tom left early for work, claiming he had a big client meeting. I decided to call in sick and do some investigating of my own. I went through every drawer, every pocket, every hiding spot I could think of. Nothing. No jewelry box, no receipts, no evidence of an affair. Around lunchtime, I got a call from Tom's mom asking if I could pick up their dog from the groomer. Apparently, Tom had made the appointment but got stuck at work. While I was there, the groomer mentioned how sweet it was that Tom wanted their golden retriever to look perfect for such a special occasion this weekend. My stomach dropped. Special occasion? What special occasion? Tom hadn't mentioned anything to me about this weekend being special. I drove home with their dog, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. This was it. He was definitely leaving me for someone else. Saturday morning, Tom woke me up early with coffee and pancakes in bed. "Get dressed nice," he said, looking nervous and excited. "We're going somewhere special today." I wanted to scream and demand answers, but something in his expression made me just nod and get ready. He drove me to the park where we had our first date 5 years ago. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might burst. Was he really going to break up with me in the place where we first fell in love? How cruel could he be? But when we got to our old spot by the pond, I saw something that made me gasp. There was Emma, Tom's parents, my mom, and about 20 of our closest friends and family members standing around holding balloons and flowers. And right in the center was our dog wearing a tiny vest that said, "Will you adopt me officially?" Tom got down on one knee and pulled out the most beautiful adoption certificate I'd ever seen. Turns out the $900 wasn't for jewelry at all. It was for all the adoption fees, vet bills, and supplies to officially adopt the golden retriever we'd been fostering for 6 months. I'd been begging him to let us keep her, but he always said we needed to think about it more. "I wanted to surprise you," he said, his voice shaking a little. "I know how much you love her, and I couldn't imagine our family without her anymore. So what do you say? Want to make it official?" I started crying so hard I could barely speak. All week I'd been convinced my marriage was falling apart, when really my husband was planning the sweetest surprise ever. Everyone was laughing and cheering as I hugged our dog, who was now officially ours forever. Later that night, as we were lying in bed with our newly adopted dog sprawled across our feet, I told Tom about how terrified I'd been all week. He looked horrified that I'd thought he was having an affair. "Are you serious?" he said. "I've been practicing my speech in the car for days like a complete idiot. I was so nervous you'd figure out the surprise." We both started laughing so hard we woke up the dog.